Howdy y'all, we are back. It is the first day of fall. It started raining. It will now rain for the next 9 months. So we got to get ready for winter. You're watching Seattle Speed Shop. Stay tuned. So, we missed last week. I was busy preparing, doing kind of last minute outside yardy type stuff that needs to get done before the weather change. And between that and regular work, I do not have much time for recording. I recorded a lot of stuff, but nothing completed that would make a good video. So here we are. We are working on my daily driver pickup. And we got a lot to do to it. So let's go over what we got going on. So I've already started taking things apart, but we've got a exhaust leak we need to fix. We've got an oil leak, probably from here, that we need to fix. We've got crappy wiring to fix. Yeah, I want to put a hood on it. We need to maybe read the plugs, just general, check it out. Got about, I don't even know how many miles I have it, but after a summer of driving, it is time to make sure it's ready for another season of getting beat on. So, let's get started. All right, well, I want to show you this, and I'm not sure you'll be able to see it. Well, maybe you can. There is where the manifold gasket blew out. I think it was likely just because through some heating cycles I haven't tightened the bolts that hold the manifolds on. So hopefully we can replace that easily enough. And yeah, maybe remember to keep those tight. Well, I think I found our oil leak, or at least probably the cause of it. I'm hoping you guys can see that. Right there, through the bolt on this valve cover. It looks like there is a crack, so I would assume when I tighten this down, it does not, in fact, stay sealed very well. So I guess we're gonna pull the valve cover off and replace that. So that's fun. I'm gonna go dig through my stash and pull out a valve cover and start getting that cleaned up. All right, so we got paint on the valve cover and the oil return tube. So figure while we are listening to that dry, we will start working on this crappy wiring. So funny enough, I was at a car show and a guy was telling his son how dangerous it is to have this loose wire just being driven around carelessly. Well, Mr. Smart Guy, if you knew what you were looking at, you'd realize this is a freaking ground. So besides the fact that with the headlight switch off, they're not powered. So I just love overhearing things from experts at car shows. So I've got a bag of the bullet ends and a bunch of the little sleeves, connector sleeves. So there's some fraying on these. These are, the guy at the car show is right. This is not great. But I just thought it was funny that he was such an expert. Anyways, my point is we're gonna cut these off a little bit short and just connect everything up, and I believe we will be fine. Yeah, let's get started. Alrighty. Let's see if the lights work and it blows the fuse. Put the fuse in. All right, so these are the style I took out. I hate these kind. They always seem to blow out. I mean, you can see this one's art, like it's, I don't know what it is. Maybe I just suck and I don't know what I'm doing. These always blow out for me. So round file those. These one piece, these seem to work the best for me personally. It just is what it is. So I'm gonna clean this up a little bit and we'll get that on there. I just want to cover this real quick, and mainly because I found a lot of misinformation before on the internet, and that is which way your exhaust gaskets face. So as you can see, there is a silver side and a composite side. It is clearly marked right here, manifold side. On the internet, I saw it saying both ways, that this goes towards the block or towards the manifold. It goes towards the manifold. The reason for that is you want a nice slippery surface that the manifold can expand and contract on. So this metal perforated surface is that smooth surface that it can expand on. So that goes facing out. There we go. I basically got everything kind of cleaned up, and now we're waiting for paint to dry. So I'm gonna go run a couple errands or something, work on something else while that paint dries, and I'll bring you back when I can touch it without getting my fingerprints in it. And yeah, we'll start putting her back together. Hopefully this cures my oil leak, and pretty sure it will. You saw that crack. So I think what was going on is you couldn't tighten it down. You know, it wouldn't stay 100% sealed because the boss that was holding the oil return tube on was cracked. So it would just never really keep enough pressure on there. So that's my theory, at least. So I'm glad we found that. We got our lights working. Yeah, that's about, oh, you know what? I'm not going to run errands. I'm going to go clean the grease off of the inside of my hood because it is ugly. And once again, I don't think you need to watch that. So I'll get that done. I'll bring you back in a bit and we'll see how this thing looks with a hood on it. Alrighty. Well, I don't normally RTV the shit out of things, but I really don't want this to leak again. So I did. All right, well, of course, the battery died. Typical for me. I've got 4 batteries and none of them are charged. You know, phone running on 25% all day. typical. We're all back together. Everything looks good. So let's see. Leak hopefully fixed. Exhaust leak fixed. Lights wiring fixed. Yeah, I think let's check the plugs. I am willing to bet that they are very black. I have maybe, this is a problem. I've left the fuel on this thing, oh, maybe, I don't know, 4, 5 times this summer. There was a good chunk where I was doing it like every week. Which with a gravity feed system is kind of a problem. The weight of the fuel will actually push past the float bowl and the needle and seat, so it'll drip fuel pretty much whenever. We need to put a regulator on it. That is probably something I'll do here fairly soon. But I just want to pull a plug and see what it looks like. And yeah, it's black and fouled. No surprise there. I think that we will save that repair for another day. All right. Well, now the moment no one's been waiting for. Let's install a hood on this thing, because then it can be parked outside in the rain. Oh, and yes, I do. This thing has sat outside for like a good 8 years. I drive it in the rain. I'm actually really hard on cars, so, you know, it is what it is. Well, let me get the hood and we'll get this thing on here. All right, so we've got our hood, washed it. It was very greasy. Considering the state of the old engine, that is no surprise. And, you know, just so you guys, you know, those that don't know, and there's a lot of you that know me from the ham. And I put a lot of miles on this thing. A lot of miles. Like I've said, this was my daily driver for a good, probably 10 years. Actually, no, more like 8 would be realistic. 8.5. Once we moved up here and out of Seattle, the motor that was in it had a pretty good knock, so there's probably about a year when I wasn't really driving it. So I'm bolting the grill shell. And hopefully, I'm hoping we can get the hood on with just taking the shell off and finagling things. And we don't have to take the radiator loose and forward. We'll find out. This may be futile. Personally, I like to run a full hood, especially on a banger powered car. The 4-bangers just don't do a very good job of filling up the engine bay, in my opinion. So to me, they just look like they're lacking a bit. All right. You seem to be holding this. It's okay, put that anywhere. We do seem to be holding coolant, so that's good. I don't know if you remember, but it was spitting a lot of coolant until we slowed the water pump down. And of course, this is always fun to do by yourself. Luckily, we don't got to worry about the paint. All right, so like I said, we got it kind of loosely on there. All right, we got the back in. There we go, just fell into place. Butterfingers. Well, it's actually lined up really easy this time, which is a surprise. And I think we can try it out. Alrighty, well, got our list of repairs taken care of. She's a little bit happier, so that's good. Excited to have the hood on it again. Like I said, I really prefer it with the hood. Gotta remember to shut off the fuel. Yeah, looks pretty good. I think, well, what do you guys think? I've always envisioned this vehicle with a hood. It was definitely fun driving around all summer with the hood off. I did that like, I think it was the first year I got it. So just, you know, something a little different for a while. Really, I was just doing it so I could kind of keep an eye on things and, you know, fuel leaks, things exploding, stuff like that. So yeah, we're pretty good. I can at least feel like we can get her outside now. At least park it outside during the day. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. There's a lot of new subscribers. So welcome, guys. Yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend, and we'll be back next week. Hopefully I finish one of these, like, I've got like 5 videos going right now, like on different stuff, and I'm a little overwhelmed, but I'm working on making sense of it and kind of developing my system for filming and keeping track of everything. So, yeah, we'll be back soon on Susie and this thing right here, and yeah, I got a lot of things in the works. So yeah, we're working on Heidelberg's AV8. I've got his engine torn apart. This is actually kind of what I was doing last week. It's been sitting for a long time, so I've been checking that out and doing some kind of just, I don't want to spoil it for you, so I'm just going to shut up. So, like I said, have a good weekend. We will see you next week. More fun stuff. Maybe, maybe chopping something. I don't know. Let me know what you think of the hood. Do you like it? Do you hate it? You know, are you the type that thinks fenders and the hood and anything extra has got to go? Which I get. So this is just not that kind of vehicle. So, all right, I'm rambling. I'm gonna go. I'm hungry. It's time to eat a sandwich. Take Charlie for a walk. Feed these cats, and call it a day. So I'm sure it's getting pretty late. All right, guys, I'll feed you. I'll see you guys next week.